A beautiful morning started by a visit to our campsite by the resident banded mongoose colony. We had a busy day ahead as this was the day to travel from the Etosha National Park to Skeleton Coast, where we'll be based at miles 108. This is the travel distance that we are going to have to cover today, about 592 kilometers, and half of which is gravel road. A busy day indeed laid in store for us. To get ourselves ready for this hectic route, we started a day with a heavy breakfast, and we were not willing to share any part of it with the mongoose. Cars had already done nearly 2,000 kilometers from Gaborone, and we have not even covered half of the entire trip distance, so more challenges await. After a memorable 2 days in Ukukuye camp of Etosha National Park, we finally had to leave the camp very early, leaving with nothing but good memories. Welcome to another episode. We are now on the way out of Etosha National Park. We have just left Ukukuye camp. We're on the way to the entrance gate en route Skeleton Coast. We had such a wonderful time here in Etosha National Park. It's a great place to stay, and so Namibians have warmly welcomed us at the start of the park. We felt home from the first day we came here. I have no doubt whatsoever that even in the remaining 5 nights that we are still going to spend here in Namibia, we will continue embracing it with their warm hearts. One thing to note is that meat is only allowed into the Etosha National Park, but not out of the park. So consume everything while inside the park. We stopped by the entrance gate of the Etosha National Park to support these beautiful Himba ladies' businesses, and also to learn 1 or 2 things about their culture. It's always great to meet local people, especially when traveling.
We supported you.
Support one. We support. Yes, we will support. You are take picture.
He's coming to yeah.
So we are in Etosha Park, Anderson Gate now. We're leaving for home to, is it Spetskope?
As we're heading to mile 108.
Mile 108. Okay. See ya.
Yes.
Cheers.
We stopped at the village of Ucho to get more groceries and also to refuel our cars and get ready to cross the beautiful landscapes of the Damaraland, an area that I've always wanted to see. We have just left the village of Ucho, where we bought groceries and filled up our tanks with fuel. We are now driving on the road that leads to Horikas, crossing the Damaraland. This C39 road also passes just by the entrance of the Petrified Forest Game Reserve, where there are large deposits of trees that have turned into stones. We wanted, so I'm not sure whether we'll have time to go and see that unique wonder of creation, but we'll see on the way. I've put on my armband that I got from the Himba people at the entrance gate of the Etosha National Park. Hopefully it will give us the fortune that we need in all this trip. We reached the village of Koriklas. This is where Tide Road ends. From here now it will be gravel all the way to Hunters Bay, which is about 70 kilometers from Swakopmund. So it was time to deflate our tires and also get more fuel. This area doesn't only offer beauty, also desolation like no other. It feels like we are the only people in the wild, because we have driven for hundreds of kilometers without seeing anyone. Damaraland is a photographer's dream. With its stunning rocky and desert landscapes made up of huge flat-top mountains. It's a harsh and unforgiving place with nothing except miles and miles of nothing but wilderness and silence. We stopped at this richly colored mountain to admire its beauty. Part of it looked like a mountain, while the other part of it looks more like a sand dune. How special is nature? This is what I came to Namibia to see. This country is renowned for its beautiful and amazing landscapes. And it is one of the countries with the least population densities in the world. It may even be the second country with the least population density. So that gives you a chance to see this beautiful scenery and landscapes just by yourself. About 15 kilometers from the village of Bersig, along these beautiful landscapes, disaster struck. The next few minutes will cover an accident scene. So viewer discretion is advised. But however, we did avoid any graphic images that may not be good for some sensitive viewers. In one of the highest points of these places, the Nissan lost control going down with a curve. The car overturned and rolled over. After this incident, I learned that plenty of accidents has also happened at the same spot. And the curve is also not marked. Thankfully, it was not far from the village and we did get help from the health workers at the Bersig village. And the police were also helpful and we were able to lift up the car. Fortunately, it happened while I was driving at low speed, because it could have been worse, especially looking at the place where this horrific accident happened. The same health workers who attended us at the health post also gave us space to camp at their residence. So we are grateful for every help that they provided us with. This trip was truly blessed. Even during the dark moments of it, we did get all the help that we needed. We were referred to Hentis Bay for a statement. Since we did not have a tow bar, I had to drive the car for 300 kilometers to Hentis Bay with safety goggles. And thankfully, mechanically, the car was still driving smoothly. After that horrific accident, I really thank God that we are not badly injured.
As I struggle along, they say I have nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing how I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. 'Cause there's a roof up above me, I've a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. I know I'm not wealthy, and these clothes, they're not new, and I don't have much money, but Lord, I have you, and that's all that matters, though the world may not.
We have reached the Springbok Vasa Gate. This is the entrance gate of the Skeleton National Park. We are going to transit through the park. Today I'm not doing any recording because my car windscreen has shattered, so I'm not able to do any recording. I'm even driving with these glasses to protect myself from the shattered glasses. But thankfully the Nissan has made it to the Skeleton Coast despite all odds. Yesterday thanks God we are alive. Yesterday, what happened yesterday? Hi! I can only thank God that we are alive. And also the car is able to move, so we'll see how far it can go. We are going to Mars 108, hopefully we'll make it.
Above me, I've a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet.
Junction that right side is where you want to go to Taras Bay. But as we're heading to Taras Bay, so we'll turn left to the Uhab Gate of the Skeleton Coast National Park. This is the Skeleton Coast, the world's deadliest coastline. I'm sure you can see why this place is called the world's deadliest coastline. What island, sir? Now, this is one of the reasons why this place is called the Skeleton Coast, because of the remains of the sea creatures, bones of the sea creatures that have been washed to the shore. Here behind me is the bone that is more likely to be that of a whale, especially that of its size. Not only sea creatures, and also plenty of sheep. There's a lot of shipwrecks along this coastline. That's why this place is called the world's deadliest coast. And here's another sign. We have arrived at miles 108 camp, just by the edges of the Atlantic Ocean. How about this for a view? The mighty Atlantic Ocean. This is the shower, bright place, shower side. Okay, very nice. The washing basin and the bowler for heating water. Welcome to miles 108 along the Skeleton Coast. This will be our base for the next 2 days, just by the mighty Atlantic Ocean. This is the end of Africa. From here is the Atlantic Ocean all the way to South America. I couldn't ask for a better place than this. Thanks God you are alive and you survived what happened last day, yesterday, sorry.
This is my 108. I'm with my nigga Max. Ciao.
First impressions of mile 08.
It's nothing like I've never seen before in my life.
Oh, that's cool. Just by the edges of the Atlantic Ocean.
By the edges of the Atlantic Ocean. You can see those guys are enjoying that.
After Ronnie did a sterling job by preparing a good braai, he went with not one but 2 cars with full tire pressures and not even engaged on 4x4, and got them both stuck in the soft beach sands of the Atlantic Ocean. And everyone wondered what these guys from Botswana were thinking. Miles 108 is also a popular fishing spot, but these guys were very impatient after a spending day without catching nothing. Mile 108 is just a special camp. I'll never forget our stay here. I've been to many great campsites both in Botswana and South Africa, but this is up there with the very best. The fact that it is this close to the Atlantic Ocean make it extra special. We also found great company here, and this great man did not want us to leave.
This van, I smashed this van. The day we must come. The more I'll just better go fetch something from him, and at the traffic light is green, I'll go. And I is taxi come across like a taxi. I hit him fucked up. I only way where I was pulling off the robot, yeah. I the people inside the taxi go.
What a time to be alive. It's a beautiful morning. We're having some sweet stuff near the Atlantic Ocean. Getting some fresh cold breeze from the ocean. I cannot recommend this place enough. This is the kind of stuff dreams are made of. From here we'll be going to Swakopmund. We're gonna have a stop at Cape Cross Seal Colony to see the sails before heading for Antis Bay. We're gonna have another stop at the Zilla Shipwreck just after Antis Bay. I honestly did not want us to leave this place, but our time was up. We had to leave as we had a lot of places to explore here in Namibia. Our next stop is gonna be the Cape Cross Seal Colony, the largest breeding seal colony in the world. Find out more about that in our next episode, along with the Zilla Shipwreck on our way to Swakopmund. Thank you for watching this episode. More episodes of our Namibian adventure are still on the way.